I punish the guilty. Hey, what does that mean? Stick around.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzzTV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Yes.
I can see the trailer.
It's kind of creepy, right?
Yeah. Pretend I have the thing on.
Hey guys, how's it going? So you aren't watching the after show for Daredevil, which but you are here with us for Netflix news, and I'm playing this because this was Daredevil season 2 was the introduction of the Punisher. And so we're going to play you that trailer, which dropped this week. But first, you can find me on all social media at Rickhong, R-I-C-K-H-O-N-G. And I'm joined by...
Hello, everybody. I'm not exactly sure how to intro to this music because I want to be like cool and sly and it's not working. So let's just go with regular old me. Hey, it's Ashley. You can find me on the internet at Ashley on Camera, and I hope you do. Let's chat. Let's talk.
Hey, and I'm Steve Kaufmann, a vigilante by day and a TV host by night. You can find me on Twitter at Steve Kaufmann. That is K-A-U-F-M-A-N-N.
I don't get the music.
I take all the music.
It's okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Amy Cassandra, and you guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Amy Cassandra TV. Remember, no more underscore.
Adios, underscore.
So couldn't it just be on all social media?
Wow.
That's pressure, though. You got to be on
This is actually
all...
true. It is, though.
Are
Facebook. Twitter, Instagram, because Facebook.
That's why I was saying all social media.
Are you on Snapchat?
Well, you got Snapchat, you've got Twitch, you've got YouTube. I mean, let's not discriminate here.
Well, but they're gonna find you somewhere, whatever their preference or whatever the choice is, right?
You guys Google me, you will find me.
Are you on Snoop Chat?
I'm working on it.
Hey.
For Bristol.
Okay, guys. So now that we've all been properly introduced, what I want to do for you right now, because I have not seen it, I was wait to watch with everybody. Everybody on the panel, everybody who's watching, thank you for tuning in. So here is the trailer for The Punisher.
Yes.
Woo!
Gentlemen, I'm the only authority you will need. I point, you shoot. Did you kill the target?
What did you see? Things over there were different. What we were doing was wrong. You did what you were supposed to do, right?
Now, the only person you're punishing is yourself.
Frank Castle? I got something I need to show you.
I saw the video files.
The U.S. military turns you into a hitman, Frank.
I'm looking for Frank Castle.
The Punisher?
I think you know about my case.
Castle's the last witness. We can either clean this up or let him take us down.
They killed my family to get to me.
You have nothing but a war inside you.
They gotta die. Stay out of my way. This is not your fight.
These bastards, I gotta kill them.
Yes!
So where does that end, Frank? What if you're exposed to me?
These men, they decide what the truth is. The same thing that happened to you happened to me. We could make that right.
Needs to see the truth.
Wow! Oh, yes! Sold! What? The truth must be taken. Oh.
That was like way too soon.
I thought I punished the guilty.
That's like tomorrow, guys.
November 17th?
It's right on the corner.
That's less than a month away.
That
soon. Feels forever.
That is super soon.
That feels forever.
But you know what's funny though? Actually, what's interesting is, you know what is almost around the corner? Stranger Things 2 coming out on Friday, and I'll tell you what, guys, We will be covering that after Buzz TV on Sunday at 7, the same time that this thing airs. So if you're conflicted, all you got to do, watch us first and then flip it and go watch them. No, but there's a whole team here, not us, but there's a whole team here that will be covering the first half of the season for Stranger Things 2 on Sunday at 7 o'clock, the same time we air. So whatever you want to do. If you want to watch them first, watch us, great, but I suggest the other way.
So that means for those of you out there, maybe any of our engineers that haven't seen Stranger Things the first season, you have exactly 5 days to watch it so that you can get all caught up to speed and then start on season 2 with the rest of us. So get on it, people. Steve, people.
Yes, ma'am.
And I mean, and so here's the thing. So as The Punisher gets closer, just like with Stranger Things 2, we'll have another set of team that'll be covering that, and I will let you know what day, what time that they'll be doing that. Hopefully it won't be a Sunday at 7, but to conflict with us.
Oh, it might be. I believe the plan is to do a Friday on a Netflix release. They do a Friday. They do a Friday and then a Sunday. So it might be Friday. It might be Sunday at 7.
Okay.
We're just trying not to crush dreams here.
And if it's later on a Sunday, we're going to have them in to tell us a little about it.
There you go.
True. That is true. That is
Talk
true.
to us about
Obviously
all the
can't
Netflixy
be in
things.
two places at once. So.
Or can you?
Dun, dun, dun.
Maybe.
Internet.
All right, so last week, we kind of had just like a fun panel, just kind of talking about Netflix and everything, and it's another heavy news week. 2 weeks ago, we talked about subscribers and how the increases of subscription prices went up. This past week, the stockholders got together, and they are saying that the company reported a 49% year-over-year increase in global subscribers in the third quarter. So basically, the global tally now stands at 104 million, and in the quarter, Netflix added 850,000 new customers in the U.S. to hit 52.77 million overall, and internationally, it signed up 4.45 million for a total of 56.48.
That's
So they
not
need
too
so,
shabby. People.
so they need to work on their subscribers. Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Kidding. They seem to be doing very, very well.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, the interesting thing too is that it goes into that at whatever rate they're increasing. I mean, in this third quarter, they said the rate they went up 50%, but or 49 point whatever. They're gonna spend $8 billion in the next few years to buy content, to create content. 8 billion, not 8 million, 8 billion. And that is insane.
Yeah, they're giants. They're going to be a giant. They're positioning themselves to be the biggest in the business. I mean, that seems pretty obvious to me.
Yeah, that it's to a point that they're guaranteeing success by just spending a bunch of money in the market.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think especially with other competition, I mean, you got Hulu, Amazon, they want to make sure that they're still ahead of the game. Mm-hmm. And I think it's pretty safe to say that they are. And they're going to stay that way.
Even if we were to shift models, basically, which is happening right in front of our eyes, but instead of like the prime time, ABC, NBC, Fox, what if we have, our prime time becomes Amazon, Hulu, Netflix? I mean, that's certainly, possible, seems like.
Well, go ahead.
It's definitely possible because the prime times, if you will, haven't done a great job adapting in the last 5 years.
Oh, yeah.
CBS, instead of all of them should either be partnering with places like Amazon or Netflix, or starting their own, or putting all of their content on their own platform. And CBS took it the wrong way. They took that to mean we need to create our own platform and then put content exclusively on that platform.
Yeah.
Which is misguided.
Yeah.
To say the least. And that's what they're doing. Like a lot of these networks are faltering, and that's a gain for places like Amazon, for places like Netflix.
Well, how does a network keep up with something like Netflix, where people who want, the way we consume programming has changed, which is why streaming services is so successful. So how does, let's say, a big network cater to people, like basically all of us, we can all sort of agree to this, that we want to watch just binge, whether it's show by show or whether it's a million different shows at once. That's how we want to consume our entertainment. So I don't know how does a network pivot and make it that way. Certainly not on broadcast TV. They can't do that. There's ad time.
Amy, you have a fun fact.
Well, yeah. I mean, speaking of binging things, there was this awesome article by the Hollywood Reporter. Thank you for that. So they're talking about the subscribers that binge shows. So there are more than 8 million subscribers that have watched at least one season of one series in 24 hours or less. And I have the list of the top 20 shows that people have binged.
Wait. Repeat that stat.
So it's more than 8 million subscribers have watched at least one season of one series in 24 hours or less.
Absolutely.
Can we guess?
Yeah.
Can we all take one guess at like what we think?
Yeah.
The
Throw
absolute
out your guesses, guys.
absolutely going to be on this list.
You're gonna throw out your guesses. Unfortunately, I've already seen it, and so has Amy. Throw out your guesses, but however, then Amy's gonna rattle off and tell us what the top 20 is.
You go first, Steve, and then I've got one.
I think it would be something very approachable with a 30-minute time limit. So I'm gonna say Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Oh,
Bing, bing, bing.
interesting.
That's on the list.
That's very bingeable. Like that's attainable to the average person.
I'm going Orange is the New Black, hands down.
Yeah.
Bing, bing, bing.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, well.
Okay, going from 20 down to 1. Master of None. Chewing Gum.
I don't even know that one.
Chewing gum.
Glow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Love.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
House of Cards.
Definitely. Yeah.
Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
There you go, Steve.
Wet Hot American Summer.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
30 minutes.
Grace and Frankie.
Yes, also. Yeah.
Atypical.
Not sure.
Oh, didn't get into it.
Yeah, I don't know those two.
Friends from College.
Oh, hey, this is Ashley's favorite.
Great.
And this one that I think some of us have heard, Stranger Things.
Steve in the booth.
Have you heard
Stranger
of that?
Things.
Have you heard of
Steve
that?
in the booth. Is that what you're gonna do? You're gonna
It's
binge
10.
it
It's top
in
10.
24 hours?
Absolutely, I'm going to bench
In
that
24
show.
hours. In 24 hours.
You can do it, but leave the lights on. Just leave the lights on.
Long Saturday.
Hey, lovely Saturday. And it's not in the 11th spot. Do you get it? It's not the 11th. It's 10.
She's
okay.
a clever one, that Amy.
I think a pretty common through line of those is what I was getting at, which is they are 30-minute shows, most of which have seasons less than 10 episodes.
No, House of Cards is longer than...
But like the majority of them. Like
Okay,
obviously
yeah.
House of Cards and Stranger Things, but the majority of them are 30-minute episodes. I just checked on Chewing Gum to make sure of that.
There. Okay, so number 9, Orange is the New Black.
Yep.
8, F is for Family. 7, Trailer Park Boys. 6, Santa Clarita Diet.
Oh, I binged that. I did love that.
That is your favorite.
Yeah.
Okay.
5, The Ranch.
Didn't.
Okay.
Ashton Kutcher and Danny Masterson.
4, The 7 Deadly Sins.
I don't even know that
I
one.
haven't seen it.
3, Marvel's The Defenders. What?
Oh yeah.
Yep, did binge it. 2, Fuller House.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's easy. Yeah. Mhm.
And drum roll for number 1, Gilmore Girls, A Year.
Oh, guilty. For all the Gilmore Girls.
A Year in the Life. There we go with the drum roll.
Well, I think making that
was
one
amazing.
4 installments made it very bingeable.
Yeah.
Well, also, it was like...
4 episodes, right?
It was
it was
4
installments.
It was a season, like winter, spring, summer, fall.
Okay, and then it was an hour?
Hour and a
They were
half?
all- they
Yeah,
were all
hour and a
over an
half.
hour.
It was like an hour and a half. It was like feature length. But you guys, for Gilmore Girls fans, this
Hey.
was like years in the making.
Yeah.
So this was not just like, of course you would binge it. It was like
Yeah.
somewhere between wanting to watch them all at once and wanting to like savor every episode, if you will, which is like a feature length movie because it was so dear to our Gilmore Girls hearts.
I'll keep my negativity about those 4 episodes out of this episode.
Yeah.
Do.
Get out
Do
of here.
smart, wise
Yeah.
man. I'm still in arms distance.
Me too.
Sorry for doing that. I'm just I had a lot of thoughts about that one.
Did you watch the original Gilmore Girls?
Of course, love
All
the
of
original
it?
Gilmore Girls.
Oh gosh.
Well then,
I thought those 4 weren't. Never mind. I'm not gonna do it.
So sorry. So sorry.
you did you watch the Gilmore Girls? No.
No, there's a key word in there, girls. No,
Girls.
I didn't watch it.
It's for everyone though.
It's actually
so
I mean,
relatable.
It's actually
Hey,
an
hey,
incredibly
but
well-written
but you know what
television
though?
show.
You know why I didn't watch it? It's because that Gilmore Girls was not an original Netflix show like Glow, which I did binge watch, and I did the after show, and I did watch, and that has ladies in it.
You also
so
did the carpet.
gorgeous
There you go.
ladies of wrestling.
That was a great show. I'm
was a
so
close
they already
save.
started filming on season 2.
Yep.
I'm so excited.
No, if you well, speaking of Glow really quick, if you go to any of the actresses, if you go to their social media, there's plenty of footage like on their Instagram of them training for in terms of like the new wrestling moves or just even just like working out. So you can definitely go check them out on Instagram, and that's where I've caught at some of their stuff.
Yeah.
Just if you want to watch them working out, not if you want to learn to work out. Just if you want to watch them working out.
But no, I mean it's cool. Like they're doing they do like wrestling moves. I mean in terms of
yeah, Allison Brie for sure has been showing that, and then she shares it on Twitter, but Instagram, I think, is the best
place
to go for sure.
I mean, some of her like her workout. I was like, dude, I can't do that.
Her guns are so beautiful.
Also, Kia Stevens, formerly known as Karma in the WWE, she has a show here. She has a show here called Ringside Pop. It's with a lot of other AfterBuzzTV fam. It's on this channel specifically.
Right on. Ringside Pop. We will be plugging that in the description box below.
Okay, so we've talked about how much money Netflix is spending, and they actually plan on releasing more movies in 2018. I think you've got...
I do. I have some fun facts on that, you guys. Okay, so Netflix itself, in the last year, in 2017, released 34 original films, which I know for a lot of us, that's like... maybe we didn't even see all of them come to the front page or whatever your home screen is, but 34 original films is a lot in a year. By comparison, Disney, which now, remember, Disney encompasses Lucasfilm, Marvel, Pixar.
Star Wars.
So all those
Warner Brothers.
big companies. Yeah, Warner Brothers, New Line. They only released 13 movies last year. So 34 for Netflix, 13 across Disney, which is, as I mentioned, all those places. So they are putting out a lot of content, a lot of original content, a lot of new stuff coming from Netflix. So, I think that's probably where some of those $8 billion are going.
No, I mean, it's interesting because I don't know. Did you guys hear of, I believe it's called War Machine?
Yep. The Brad Pitt movie.
The Brad Pitt movie.
No.
You ladies didn't think it. See,
I don't like Brad Pitt.
Okay, so Brad Pitt released a movie that he starred in on Netflix.
I didn't see it at all.
No, there were billboards out.
Really?
Yeah,
there were billboards out and everything. He actually sports gray hair. It's loosely based on a military figure during, I think, like the Afghanistan war. I watched it. I didn't really get into it too much, but it's interesting. I mean, movie star Brad Pitt, War Machine, Netflix. No theatrical release. And it's interesting that 2 of the 4 of us here, which basically says 50%, that you didn't even know about it.
What about you guys out there? If you guys have seen it, let us know.
In the chat. We have a lot of cool folks in the chat. Zayas B. Lou, Jay Becker, O-Rinks is your name in the chat. I'm just giving some shout outs to people talking in the chat.
Thank you for watching.
Right on. Hi, everybody out there.
So, when did War Machine come out?
It came out
January?
I want to say
ish.
Is it still up on Netflix currently?
Oh yeah,
May 26th, guys. May 26th.
Thank you.
Then there we go.
That shows how I know how time works.
Oh wow.
May 26th. All right.
This is brand new information.
Wait, which one is Pitt?
The middle.
Right in the middle. That's him. The guy up front. Brad Pitt.
That's
really?
not.
It's Brad Pitt.
Guys.
He is Brad Pitt being.
That's weird.
No, that's just his name. That's not him.
And it was also it was based on a general who was essentially fired because he did an interview with Rolling Stone. And part of doing the interview with Rolling Stone is he had a reporter from Rolling Stone follow him for a pretty long time, and he just ran things very, very particularly. And I think the show did a good job, or I think the movie did a good job of showing the cyclical nature of a war like we have in Afghanistan. So
was this based on a true story?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's based on. I don't want to get the guy's name wrong, so I will.
That's not Brad Pitt, you guys.
That is Brad Pitt.
Stop it.
That is Brad Pitt.
Hey, Steve, you want to play a little bit of the trailer for it? If you can.
I wonder, so this was around Memorial Day.
Just before, yeah.
Yeah. Why wasn't it
like promoted more? Yeah.
No, it was. Here in LA.
We don't remember it.
Here in LA, they had billboards and everything. It's probably because Brad Pitt because you don't recognize him, because he has gray hair.
But
so you ladies are.
Is there.
His name is there.
So.
But if you don't recognize him, I mean.
Brad Pitt is.
Trust me,
War
folks.
Machine.
I know what Brad Pitt looks like, and you'd have to really convince me that that's.
Just play a clip of like a little bit of anything. It's fine, Steve.
That is so crazy.
Just so you ladies can kind of get it. Yeah.
No worries.
So you guys can get like a little context of being like, huh.
But I will say that's so. I need to look into this as to how does it work with Netflix? I guess so. Netflix releases the film. There's no like obviously.
Netflix basically put the money up.
Yeah. So there we go.
Here
go for
we
it.
go.
Oh.
Buddy here just announced to the whole of Afghanistan that we are about to abandon it. That's like telling the bad guys all they gotta do is wait out the next 18 months, and then we'll be gone.
And so he just told an auditorium full of young American soldiers The war they've been asked to fight these last 8 years has been nothing more than one great monumental waste of everybody's time. Well, you heard him. It's not giving us the full 40,000. They're giving us 30. Just got off the phone with the SecDef. We got to get the rest from our coalition partners. Looks like we're going to Europe, boys. So, pack your, oh, I don't know. Fuck it. Pack whatever it is they wear in Europe.
Okay. Thanks, Steve.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Bizarre.
I mean, okay, so that takes me into something else, because when we're talking about all this money that Netflix is doing, you know, a lot of the times we're thinking about TV shows, TV binging. Netflix is getting into the game of distribution. So when is it that you want to go see a movie in the theater? When do you want to watch it at home? Normal people will sit there and say, well, if it's kind of like a, you know, like not big special effects and this and that, then like I would rather just consume that at home.
Definitely.
I'll watch it later, go to Redbox or something, not on. I won't feel the need to go to the theater. However, there is a new movie that's going to be coming out starring Will Smith, one of the biggest global box office draws there is, and it's called Bright. The concept is set in a world where mystical creatures live side by side with humans. A human cop is forced to work with an orc to find a weapon everyone is prepared to kill for. This is a movie that deserves to be on the big screen, but instead it's going to be released on Netflix.
Wow.
And $90 million guarantee. When the script sold as a spec, it had Will Smith attached, David Ayer, and Max Landis, who is the son of John Landis.
Yes.
Who, if you guys ever know, like the Michael Jackson Thriller video, his dad was big. His dad used to do the American Wolf in London. Max Landis has got a bunch of other credits in this, but it's Will Smith, it's Joel Edgerton, Noomi Rapace is going to be in this, and this is going to be on Netflix. I mean, it's going to drop on.
Wait, when you said 90 million guaranteed, what did you mean? 90 million?
They put up $90 million to make the movie.
Oh, okay.
$90 million. It's not like one of these like little TV series.
Yeah.
They put up $90 million to have this thing distributed on Netflix, not on the big screen.
Wow. I wonder what the draw is for Netflix. Like, how are they planning on recouping that, though?
Will Smith.
But I mean, what? Like, they're just going to get a bunch of new subscriptions to cover $90 million?
I'm sure they'd have the data that we don't, but I wouldn't be shocked if they had the data to know titles with Will Smith in them.
Yeah.
And do better than other things, like well-written action stuff with Will Smith probably does a certain 10 or 20% metric better than other titles that they can justify a $90 million price tag.
And see, they probably spend less on marketing because it's going to be on Netflix. So like, you're not going to see as much marketing, because when people are watching Netflix, that's where you'll see all the marketing.
And it's not like the Mirowitz stories. Like now we're seeing billboards for the Mirowitz stories, because the Mirowitz stories is in theaters before it's going to come onto Netflix.
And only because we only have so much time. I actually don't want to. As this gets closer, I will play one. They just dropped a 3.5 minute featurette, but I don't want to play it here because we've already played a trailer. I don't want to keep the show too trailer heavy. But it's called Bright, and Bright Netflix. It'll be released December 22nd, right before Christmas. So we'll talk about it as it gets closer. I'm sure they'll drop another trailer. That's the one that I'm going to play, but. I'm saying $90 million to make this, to watch it on Netflix, not on the big screen. And this, trust me, I mean, when you're talking about orcs and fantasy, Will Smith, this is a thing that you would pay to see in the movie theater.
Well, and I think this is their Avengers, in the sense that this is a giant tentpole movie. I think their plan would be to do 4 Brights a year, in the sense of like a $90 to $150 million big box office movie that's exclusively on Netflix. Because Bright, there were trailers on Bright at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So this is a long-term. So this is a long-term marketing strategy as well. That it's a tentpole film of like, subscribe to Netflix because we have all this cool stuff, including Bright, in December, so that they can prime you. Like that $90 million, they're not going to make it in 1 month like the box office, like a box office strategy is. But they're not doing a box office strategy.
No, would you guys watch it not the second it comes out, but that day it comes out, just because Will Smith is in it, or
if I can, absolutely.
Yeah.
If I'm not doing anything that night, I mean, because it's December 22nd, so it's tricky.
Oh, but that's like the perfect time. That's like the perfect time. Everybody's home.
The holidays,
in the house.
yeah. So I mean, for me, absolutely. Like, I mean, just knowing the backstory about how big this sold for with the attachments, and that went directly to Netflix when bigger studios came in and bid. They put their bids in too to get the movie, and Netflix is the one that won. So
who decided? Who was the person to say, you know what? Sorry, everyone else. We're going.
The agents taking the package out.
Yeah.
So the agents for Will Smith, the agents for Max Landis, the agents for David Ayer, because they were all attached to do it. So they're the ones that took it to the studios and said, "Do you want it? Do you want it? Do you want it?"
And it would likely be
How
Will
much?
Smith's production company too, because production in this world is essentially a bunch of people who have the money and means to make a movie get together and all ask each other for the money to make the thing. That's how production works here.
I wonder if there's any merit, or if the fact that the last couple of Will Smith's movies have not done well in the box office. Like, they have not. The last 3 movies he's been in, big box office releases, have not done well.
Collateral Beauty.
Collateral Beauty. Collateral Beauty. What was and then there was like another one. There's his past two films.
What was Suicide Squad?
Oh, Suicide Squad was a disaster.
Was it a disaster box office?
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Warner Brothers apologized for it. It was
the Wi-Fi just came up again.
Yeah, I know our Wi-Fi went down, so I was trying to sit there and kind of go.
I'm pulling that up. I was under the impression that Suicide Squad did well
in
the box office and just did terrible quality.
You can search Will Smith's top grossing movies, but I don't think that Will Smith is the name that people remember him to be.
I think I'm saying he's in a slump right now, but he's still got it. He'll definitely be back for sure. I mean, he's Will Smith. He's not gonna go anywhere.
And truth be known, is if you've seen this trailer or you've seen some of the promos for this, this is great. This is like super, super, super original. It's one of those times where when Hollywood is so full of remakes and sequels, watching this gives me hope to say, wow, this is why I watch movies, because it's so original. Like a fantasy world in the world of cops. Yeah. I mean, you know what? I mean, I think what I'm gonna do for next week. Actually, we'll play the first trailer, because it also fit in the theme of it's the weekend right before Halloween too. So we'll do that.
The weekend right before Halloween. Do we have anything going on as a panel?
Well, you guys may have to just stay tuned and watch next week, right? We might be doing something.
I think we're doing a cool thing this week.
We're doing a
cool thing. You know what? This is great, because I've been dropping hints for weeks ever since episode 2. And Steve might actually come as the Invisible Man.
That may be a thing. Also, quick note: Suicide Squad worldwide did $745 million against a $175 million budget. That's disappointing, but it's far from a failure. Spike that with
it's mainly because it didn't have a good
opening weekend.
No, it's because it didn't have great word of mouth. Also, Collateral Beauty did not do well.
No, Collateral Beauty was awful.
Concussion looked cheap though. Focus didn't do well.
So to that end, Margot Robbie also has been attached to a lot of these films.
After Earth didn't do well.
I thought it was
Robbie.
All right, everyone, it's Robbie. Gosh.
Men in Black 3 though. We're gonna wind it back to 2012. Men in Black 3 did very, very well.
Sure it did. Yeah.
Jeez, 5 years ago.
Well, that was kind of a cool concept, because that's the one where Tommy Lee Jones, they used Josh Brolin to be a young version of Tommy Lee Jones, which I thought was hilarious.
Also, if you scroll back this Will Smith's list to 5/25/2012, and then just go all the way down.
It's my birthday.
There's like one dip where the movie didn't do well, and it was Jersey Girl. And Box Office Mojo goes out of its way to say it was a cameo, because everything else Will Smith had ever done pretty much up till After Earth in 2013 had been just absolute gold.
I mean, I definitely appreciate what they're doing. You know, it feels completely different in the fact that it's going to be so accessible. You literally just need to have Netflix, which most people do, and you can just watch a freaking movie, a new movie with a rather large name attached to it, instead of having to wait for a movie pass if it hasn't gotten here yet to get to you.
I mean, like one of the first
movie pass.
Like one of the first. I guess, I mean, it's tough to say this now, but one of the first guys who really built his career was for who he was, being a $20 million player, Adam Sandler, and then he did like a 6 picture deal where everything was going to be distributed via Netflix, no more, and that's based on his past history of his old like Billy Madison Madison, Happy Gilmore movies, where they're like Adam Sandler has a good following, so Netflix went ahead and just did those deals, and that's where he distributes all his films now.
Did you guys watch any of his?
I watched Ridiculous 6, and I watched the one with David Spade, where he played like he plays like
he's like a spy or whatever.
Yeah.
I saw the
I
saw the one where he played a variation of the real life agent that I think that was fun to watch.
With David Spade, that one?
No, the other one. I'm blanking on the name of it right now, but he played an agent with a really weird name. Like he was this pure
Sandy Wexler.
Yeah, Sandy Wexler. He was
I watched that one.
He was a very pure of heart character. The character was very pure of heart, but not a very good manager. I think he was a manager, right?
Yeah. And I mean, we talked about it last week. I mean, Meyerowitz stories dropped. I haven't seen that yet, but that's him and Ben Stiller and Dustin Hoffman. Another movie that's been released on Netflix. So
I like this.
And he had a 4-film deal in 2014. Sorry.
Yeah, there you go.
It's way more accessible, and I think I like the way Netflix is going, and I'm curious to see who else will jump on that bandwagon. Like, what other big names we'd love to see on Netflix, straight there.
I thought you were going to see what other kind of deals you could get at a place like Amazon or Hulu, but you're right.
No, Netflix.
Who are the huge names and what do they want done, and who's coming to Netflix? A good example would be Scorsese, De Niro, and Joe Pesci are teaming up for a film called The Irishman.
Yes.
To be released on Netflix.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Oh no, this isn't. We're just seeing one. Like, that's going to be one of their big, probably 3 or 4 a year, just tentpole movies.
Awesome.
All right, guys.
So excited.
So we're gonna wrap up, but just let us know in the comments. I mean, would you be cool with that? I mean, the big screen movies that you used to see in the movies, would you just rather just watch it on Netflix, like you consume TV stuff and
binge watch?
Or do you like the event of going out to the theater? I don't know. That's fun for a lot of people too.
That is.
I like the best combination of both. It's just a matter of the film. Like, I think what used to be a $20-30 million movie that could do well in the weekend doesn't exist anymore. So either they're going to go away completely and become television shows, or places like Netflix or Amazon are going to own them exclusively. And that's how we're going to get to see them. As someone who loves those kind of films, I'm hoping we go this way. And that means we have to pay a little more a month for Netflix. I think we all need to get on board.
Whoa. Why are you throwing out this suggestion? Like,
all right. Where can everybody find you?
You guys can find me on all social media at Amy Cassandra TV. I am Amy Cassandra.
I'm Steve Kaufmann. You can find me on Twitter almost exclusively at Steve Kaufmann. That is Kaufmann. My pick on Netflix this week is, speaking of Will Smith, 2005's Hitch.
Yes, I have seen Hitch at least twice since it's been on Netflix this go round. It's that good. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you want to talk to me online, find me at Ashley on camera.
And you guys can find me on all social media at Rick Hong, RICKHUNG. We are here every Sunday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But next week, we will be competing with our own AfterBuzzTV Stranger Things 2 after show, 7 p.m. Sunday. So you pick your poison, and we'll catch you guys next week.
Bye.
See you guys later.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzzTV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzzTV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzzTV.
# made for TV.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzzTV or its owners or principals.